Well, we have news that Carmelo Anthony has an all-white jury.
So y'all heard that, right? Carmelo Anthony has an all-white jury. That's right, all-white jury. Make it make sense. So they eliminated 3 black jurors from the trial. I mean, is that fair? I mean, like, isn't it law that you supposed to have a jury of your peers? So you already see where this is going, right? This is already, um, I think this is already in the bag, y'all. They already, they had already decided the fate of this young black man. So we just saw Rick Chow get a non-guilty plea for shooting a black 14-year-old child in the back. And now Carmelo Anthony is up. What do y'all think? Which way do you think it's gonna go? Put in the comments. I'm telling you, man, we got the orange man in office, and these people feel, you know, emboldened. You see, they feel emboldened. You know, we're back in the we're really, if you think about it, with all the stuff that's going on with the voters' rights and the redistricting and all this stuff that's going on, and uh, taking away black history, you see, we're really back in Jim Crow. You see, we're back in the Jim Crow era. Believe it or not, you see, we, as black people, we are really starting to see Jacob's trouble. That's what this is. Jacob's trouble is back. You know, um, we're seeing it right now. Um, this kid, he defended himself. You never have the right to touch someone's person, assault someone. You never have that right. You see, Carmelo Anthony was in a tent. Austin Metcalf was in another tent, and he entered the tent with Carmelo Anthony. You see, that right there tells you who the aggressor was. Had Carmelo Anthony went into the tent with Austin and shoved or pushed Austin and stabbed him, that would not be self-defense. You see, that's common sense. But with Austin entering a tent with Carmelo Anthony and telling him to leave, I mean, who does this kid think he is? This is not his tent. This is public property. He has no right, no authority to lay hands on this kid. None. You see? So Austin was obviously the aggressor. Carmelo was the defendant. He was defending himself. And I don't even see how this is even a trial. And why is it all white jury? You see, does it make sense? As a judge, I mean, as a judge, you should be able to intervene and say, hey, no, we're going to have at least one black juror. You see, they got rid of 3 black jurors. You see, so now he's facing an all-white jury. Make it make sense. Let's look at it, y'all. An all-white jury refers to a group of 12 randomly selected individuals deciding a court case who are all white race. While there is no legal requirement for a jury's racial makeup, to match the demographics of the defendant or the surrounding community. Make that make sense. So you can be in a community where uh, the community is 75% black and 25% white, but the defendant or the prosecutor can decide, I want an all white jury, and nothing can be done about that. Make it make sense. So while there is no legal requirement for a jury's racial makeup, I wonder why that is here in America. Why is there no stipulations, as to, the racial makeup or the demographics? Why isn't that taken into account here in America? You see? So there's no legal requirements for a jury's racial makeup to match the demographics of the defendant or the surrounding community. The term often carries significant social legal implications. Key implications and concerns. Systemic disparities. Statistical studies have shown that all white juries are statistically more likely to convict black defendants. So y'all see where this is heading. Just prepare yourselves mentally, for what's about to go down. In cases involving defendants of color, an all-white jury can raise concerns about a lack of cultural understanding and the potential for implicit bias. Yeah, there's a welcome. This is America. You see? The jury of your peers' misconception. The Sixth Amendment in the United States guarantees an impartial jury. Really? So what's the problem? Why has 3 black jurors been eliminated? But the Supreme Court has ruled that this does not mean the jury pool must perfectly match the demographics of the defendant. Instead, it requires that the pool of potential jurors, the venue, be drawn from a fair cross-section of the community. Well, that is not happening. We're seeing it right before our eyes how, race plays a factor in, who gets impartial treatment. You see, we're seeing right before our eyes how race can determine whether you get justice or not here in America. You see, that's biblical. It's biblical that it's scriptural that we would not get justice. You see, we do not get justice. That is why you see the prison population the way it is. All black, all Hispanic, very few white, very few Asians. You see, that is why you see what it is. And that has always been the case. You see, until Christ return, this is the things that we as a people have to look forward to. We have no power, no justice. You see, we just have to maintain and grin and bear it for now, unfortunately. So the prosecutors, they understand, what role that race plays in getting a conviction. They say, they like to say things like, oh, he got a fair trial, there was no race involved, this stop using race bait, and all this stuff. But they understand, why would he specifically get rid of all the black jurors? You see where this is going.